I think we can all agree that high school students are a very stubborn kind of people, you know? You think you know everything and your parents are just outdated and they don't know how society works. Just try to remember some of your beefs with your parents from high school. What were the reasons behind them? They told you to wear a hat during winter and you didn't want because that would make you look like a nerd when you get in the schoolyard? And that means your crush is not going to be attracted of you anymore? Well, guess what? After these many years, your parents remained by your side while your crush is maybe for the streets. Think about this. If your crush from high school is now that type of girl that you would see in a gold digger prank video, to not mention OnlyFans, you wasted your time, man. And yeah, I know, that's very sad. But isn't it sad that you had to argue with your parents for a stranger person? Why not try to understand their reasons for you wearing a hat during winter? To believe you know it all is just as stupid as dismissing yourself. You're a normal person just like me, just like everyone else. It's totally fine to think that you're the main character, but you too can make mistakes at any time, and there are also many things you don't know that other people could explain to you, but you have to give them a chance. Yesterday, while promoting my video on a Discord channel, I received a very good tip from a man, advising me to basically try Adobe Podcast to improve my mic quality, you know? And to be honest, I didn't even know that Adobe Podcast was even a thing, but this advice was all I needed to not be irritated anymore when I listened closely to my video. I don't think the echo was because of the microphone, maybe from the room acoustics, but I'm not an expert to give my opinion on this. But the fact that I got on the Adobe Podcast and I enhanced my audio made this video be how it is right now, you know? This was a game changer and all of this thanks to a guy who gave me a hint, you know? When I went to the concert of my favorite rap group from my country, I met a guy 3 years younger than me. Basically, I was 20 and he was 17. Due to our close musical tastes, we became close friends. And you would probably say, oh, what can you learn from a guy that's 3 years younger than you? Well, it happens that his life involved a lot more, let's say, adrenaline than mine. And that's how he knows many laws or how to behave in the notorious neighborhoods, while I only drink coffee and then start programming, you know? I have to admit, my life comparing to his one is quite chill, you know? He learned me a lot. But most of all, because he is a very hardworking person and he treats every single day as a new chance to do something memorable, he inspires me to leave the procrastination. All I need to do is to remember our dialogues and think, while I'm bored and I'm basically just scrolling on these reels from Instagram, this guy must do something productive. I should do something productive too, you know? Because honestly, I don't wanna be left behind by my friends, you know? When I'm in the train and I'm not occupied with drawing or learning programming or learning for school, for example, I listen closely to what older people near me are talking about. And that's because they've seen more things than me, and they can actually make me think if the way I see the life is actually the most accurate one. Then I can hear their stories and maybe their biggest regrets in life for not acting how they should have, you know? These are people that, even though they didn't have the internet nowadays, their feelings were pretty similar to yours when it came to the betrayal of false friends, you know? Or the unfairness of the teachers. They felt just like you, man. When you feel miserable in 2024, it's the same emotion as if you felt miserable in 1985. People's emotions and regrets do not change even if the technology does, you know? You look at an old person giving advice and saying that you should do what you love to do in life, you know? And you're like, yeah, another generic advice that doesn't tell me anything, you know? No, man, it actually tells you everything. Why don't you start that YouTube channel you dream for? Because maybe the people you know in real life will find you and start making fun of you? Look at the old person again. Does he care about his enemies now? His enemies are probably dead right now. Whether your acquaintance is making fun of you or not, we all die in the end. If you get in heaven and they get in hell, you'll never see each other again. If you both get in heaven, well, guess what? Heaven is gigantic. The probability to meet face to face there is even smaller than on earth. Man, let's be honest, if we think like this, is their opinion more than an extra view for your video? Only if you make it be. But if your crush from high school is a gold digger nowadays, and that girl used to be everything for you, maybe a random colleague from high school or middle school that makes fun of you shouldn't be taken seriously, you know? Just try to reflect and approximate the amount of hours spent by thinking about people that mean nothing to you nowadays. Couldn't those hours be spent on something that made you greater right now? Let's say I'm in high school, maybe in the 10th grade or something like that. I just got sued by a colleague for saying a bad word like shit. Is that a reason for me to think about that colleague? Is that going to matter in the future? No. Nowadays in college, even though I learn a lot when it comes to exams, I wouldn't actually pass them if there would be nobody telling me hints about the teachers and the exercises that they used to give in the previous years. And that's because they have other friends that told them these things, you know? When people around you can give you valuable information, try to give them value too and keep them close to you. Some episodes ago I said that being lonely is a blessing, but that's only if you can't receive any kind of value from your conversations. When it comes to a partner that only wastes money and judges you for not spending money with him on alcohol or cigarettes or other stupid things, then you should move on to other people, you know? But when it comes to people that have similar interests and values in life, you should try to learn from them and also try to provide them value too. If you feel satisfied with the way you spent these minutes, a like and a subscribe would mean a lot for me. See you next time and have a nice day. Peace.